Shalom Uvracha. This is Lazer Brody from the Holy Land of Israel. I want to tell you a really moving story about something that happened here in the land of Israel. There was a family where, heaven forbid, the mother, she had a very difficult sickness and she passed away. And she left 5 children. The youngest was about 4 years old, and the oldest was a young lady in seminar, what we call it the high school seminar, and it's equivalent to the 11th grade. She was 17 and a half years old. And then her next brother after her was in yeshiva. He was 15. And then the third brother was before bar mitzvah. He was 12. Well, the 15-year-old brother, he was away in yeshiva. And the girl, that the father would work very hard, and she'd take care. She'd learn in school all day long and come home and do housework and prepare meals with unbelievable dedication for her 3 younger brothers and sisters that stayed at home, that were still at home. So the 12-year-old brother, he watched how hard his sister worked, and she was a sister and she was a mother and she did everything, and she laundered and she clothed, she baked and she made challahs for Shabbos. She made the Shabbos food and she served him food all week long and was so dedicated. And once he heard her say, she sighed. She was working very hard in the kitchen. She had her homework, and after she finished homework, she went to do the housework. And she sighed. She says, "Oh, Hashem, I wish I had a nice gold ring." Okay, she had her girlfriends and a well-to-do family had a gold ring, and she saw the gold ring. She wanted a gold ring too. Well, the 12-year-old brother, this went right in his heart, and he started saving money, saving his birthday money, saving his Hanukkah money, and filled all the coins he could make, all his chore money, and filled up coins in a jar. Finally, that jar was full, and it was about 3 months before his bar mitzvah, and he went to a jewelry store, and he said to the owner, he says, "Do you sell gold rings?" He says, looked at this little boy with his jar full of coins. He says, "Yes, I sell gold rings." He says, "Well, who do you want to buy a gold ring for?" He says, "I want to buy a gold ring for my sister." And the little boy's voice quivered, and he started crying. He started crying, and the owner said, "Young man, why are you crying? Why are you crying?" He says, "Sir, my mother died a year and a half ago, and my sister, she's 17 and a half, and she learns in seminar, and she acts just like a mother, and she's a sister, and she works so hard, and she helps my father, and she cooks for us, and she cleans for us, and she wants a gold ring. And I've been saving up all of my money," and he puts all the coins on the counter, "and I've been saving up all my money, and is this enough to buy a gold ring?" So the store owner, the proprietor, he says, wait a minute, and I'll check." So he went out and he bought a whole box of gold rings, and he said to the boy, he said, "Pick out the ring you think your sister would like." So he looked through and he picked out this ring, and he says, Can I afford this ring? This is beautiful." Well, the owner took all the coins and he put them in a box. He didn't even count them, and he says, "Yes, you can afford this ring." And the owner took the ring and put it in a beautiful gift box, like the type of someone would give to a fiancé an engagement, and he wrapped it up. It's a nice gift, and he gave it. He says, "Go home, give this to your sister." The little boy ran home, and he gave the ring to his sister. He says, my sister Rachel, look, I've got this present for you." And she opened it up. She was amazed. She says, "Where did you get this? It's gorgeous." She says, "At the jewelry store, at the jewelry store in the shopping center, the one close right across the neighborhood." She looked. She says, "Well, thank you." She prefers. He says, "Well, where'd you get the money for this?" She says, "Well, I've been saved up. I saved my Hanukkah money. I saved my birthday money. I saved up all my chore money, and I saved up the pouring money that I collected. And I bought you this ring." Well, she kissed her brother and she thanked him. But then she went right away to the jewelry store, and she said, "Did this ring come from your store?" And the owner said, "Yes." And she said to the owner, "How did my brother take this?" He says, "Well, your brother, he gave me the coins that he saved up in his jar." He says, "Well, there was 5 agarot and 50 agarot and 1 shekel coins. How could he get enough money for this ring? This ring is hundreds of shekels." So the owner told her, "Young lady, I gave him the ring. That's fine. The ring is yours." She says, "But he didn't have near enough money to pay for it. How can I take this?" So the owner said something very profound. Don't ever forget this. He said, "Young lady, there's some things that are purchased with money, and there's some things that are purchased with tears." And that teaches a big lesson. We can't buy anything with money. can't buy everything with money. Many things we can purchase with our tears. The Midrash tells us that Hashem has a jar of tears, and when that jar of tears fills up, Hashem is going to build Beis HaMikdash and bring us Mashiach. So when you pray to Hashem from the heart, sincerely, with tears, you can believe that Hashem is going to hear your prayers, and you've got really good chance that those prayers are going to be answered. And if not answered the first time, they'll be answered the second time, not the second time, the third time, but no prayer ever goes to waste. And don't forget that there are things that you can buy with money, but much better things that you can buy with tears. God bless.